So 15 and 16. We've got a perfectly competitive firm. Okay. His cost function, or their cost function, is 40 plus 5q squared. And they're selling at the market price of $50. So they're just price takers. So the first thing we're going to do is solve for quantity, because that's actually the only choice they have. And we're going to do that by setting marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. So we're going to take the derivative of the cost function and set that equal to marginal revenue, which in this case is price. Because if they sell one more unit, they can still sell it at that $50. Okay, so the derivative of that cost function is just 10q. We're going to set 10q equal to 50. So quantity is equal to 5. So that's the question 15 just asks what's the output or the quantity, which is 5, which is, so the answer is C. Okay, then I'm selling 5 units at $50, so my revenue is $250. I don't ask you for that in 15 or 16, but I can ask for how much revenue do they make. Okay, their total cost, I plug that into the original cost function, not marginal cost, right? Because marginal cost is going to ignore fixed costs, and it's going to be changing at all those points along the curve. So I'm going to plug cost back into that. So I have 40 plus 5q squared. So 5 times 5 squared. So check my math, but that's this term is $125 plus 40 is $165. So my profit here is 250 in revenue minus 165 in cost, so 85 in profit. So the answer to 16 is D. D is in David. Okay. 17 and 18. So 18 I should have put the profits from it, but we'll go ahead and calculate that out right now. So for a monopolist, again, I'm solving for quantity. I'm setting marginal revenue equal to marginal cost, but it's a little more involved because they face a demand curve, a downward sloping demand curve. So I have to convert that to a revenue function and then take the derivative of that to find marginal revenue. So I've got cost is equal to 5 plus 30q. So marginal cost is just 30. That's just the derivative. Their price function is 230 minus 20q. Is that right? Yes. Okay. So to convert from a demand function to revenue, revenue is price times quantity. So I'm going to multiply this whole thing by quantity. And when I distribute that out, I get 230q minus 20q squared. And then when I take the derivative of that, I get 230 minus 40q. I don't know if that 3 is because there's a chip here in the chalkboard. Okay, so now what am I going to do? I'm going to set marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. So 230 minus 40q is 30. I'm going to move that 30 over here and that 40q over here. So I'm going to get that 40q is equal to 200. So quantity is 5. So that's the answer to number 17, which is B as in boy. Okay, and then same thing. I'm just going to plug in. Once I know my quantity, now I know my price, because price is 230 minus 20 times 5. So price is going to be 130. I could have asked you that. Revenue is going to be, I'm selling 5 units at $130 each. So revenue is going to be $650. That's a fair game question. And the cost is going to be, again, I plug my quantity back into my original cost function, not marginal, the total cost function. So total cost is 155, and my profits are going to be 650 minus 155, which is equal to what? Like 495? Okay. I figured it out. which should have been what I'm asking on 18.
No, I just intuitive. I'm gonna ask.
Okay?